Okay, ladies and gentlemen of Algebra 2 honors, do you remember what we did on Friday before going on that 3-day weekend that we talked about? We talked about inverses, I think, Gabby. Yes, we did. So what we're going to do is look at these exercises and kind of go through these. And so we have number one, we have a function with a domain and range, and the inverse of this function. How do we fill in the blanks here? So what goes in here, in these blanks? Okay, so 16 would be blank here, right? And then 12, and then 18. All right, thank you, Gabby. All right. Now, is this thing here going to be a function also?
Yes.
Yeah, function. Okay, and now for problem 2, what will we do to fill in the blanks here? So what's going to go here? -5? Okay, -5 goes here. -1. And then the last thing here, 3. Okay, is this thing here a function?
No.
Not function. It says why not? Right? Explain your reasoning. Not a function. Why not? Okay, domain has, so we call this a many to one, right? Or 1 to many to 1, or we call this not 1 to 1. That's how we would say this, right? Whereas this one over here is definitely a 1 to 1, right? So this one here you would call a many to 1. 1 to many, or 1 to many. Okay? All right. Let's go on to the next thing here, which is write the inverse of the given function as a set of ordered pairs, then graph the inverse on the coordinate plane. And so we can go ahead and rewrite these 5 ordered pairs. And one of the characteristics of inverses is what? X's become Y's and Y's become X's, right? So here we'd have -3, -4, -4, -2, -2, comma 0, 0, comma 1, and 3, comma 2. And then it says graph the inverse on the coordinate plane. So we go this first one, -3, -4 will go right here. And then -4, -2 will go here. -2, comma 0 will go right here. 0, comma 1 will go here. And finally 3, comma 2 will go right here. Do you notice the pattern here? Yeah, pattern. Okay, we are reflecting about this dotted line y equals x. Okay. And then if you go to problem 4 is very similar. So I want you to go look at problem 4. Can you do that? And just kind of work that out. yours. And I have somebody else's name, so I'll do it.
I understand.
That's about it. The law of Marcus. Used to be in this class. Okay. Did you guys have any trouble with this one? I'm just gonna graph this in quickly here. It's gonna be like this, and this one's gonna be here, and this one here, and this one here, and this one here. Does that look right? And I'm just in interest of time, I'm gonna assume you got the points reversed just fine, okay? So we're gonna go on here to this one here. Find the inverse function f negative 1 of x for a given function f of x. Now here we're getting into the technicality of what we call the, how many step process? 4-step process. Okay, we've got the 4-step process here. We have a function and function notation. And what's the first step? Does anybody remember?
Sub y for
So Gabby says this step here. Is that right? That's right. What next?
and then interchange x and y.
So we're going to switch x and y. So we just go x equals 4y minus 8. Okay, and third step,
Solve for y.
solve for y. So we're going to have like plus 8, so we get 4y equals x plus 8. And then next, divide by 4. Okay, very good. So divide by 4, so we get y is equal to 1/4 x plus 2. Does that look right? And then the last step is what?
Replace y with
Okay, we're gonna put this back in inverse function notation. So f negative 1 of x is equal to 1/4 x plus 2. Okay? Any questions on this one? Okay, what I want you to do is go work out number 6, and then after you work out number 6, we're going to talk about some general things we observe, okay? Now, for this last one, on step 4, and correct me if I'm wrong, you should get f negative 1 of x equals what? 3x. Okay? And anybody have trouble understanding the steps to get there? Want me to write them really fast? I'll write them really fast, okay? Step 1, we have y equals x over 3. Step 2, we have x is equal to y over 3. Step 3, we're going to multiply both sides by 3. So we get y is equal to 3x. And then finally, we get down to this step here, okay? Now, any observations kind of looking at what happens, looking at our beginning and our end? Beginning here, which is, by the way, 1/3 x, and our end here. What do you notice?
The opposite reciprocal?
Okay, Ben is speaking with his mask on. He's kind of muffled, but here we start out with slope is equal to 4, and then when we go through the process, what does slope end up being? 1/4. And over here, we have a slope of 1/3, and then we run it through the process, and we get a slope of 3. So what do we call the relation between these numbers here? Yeah, reciprocal. So 1/4 in 4 and 1/3 in 3, we call these things reciprocal pairs. And what does reciprocal pairs mean? What does it mean we have reciprocal pairs? Two numbers that what? Opposite. So Connor said opposite. Yeah, that's one way. We call these the multiplicative inverse. In fact, that's what it is. This is 1/4 is a multiplicative inverse of 4. And another way, what's another way of saying that? Well, what that says is that when you multiply these two numbers together, what do you get? 1. So reciprocal pairs are a pair of numbers which, when multiplied together, will equal 1. Okay? Now, let's go on here. We have these two functions. I want you to work on those. We'll go over those pretty quickly. And for this one here, 8, we have f of x is equal to negative 3/4 x. What I have to do first, I forgot something. I want to do something else first. I want to switch X and Y, right? Now we can do this. So we get okay, now this is what I got for this one. Does that look right? Now, what else did you notice in this one here? Do you notice any kind of pattern on this one? It's really similar to that on number 5. What else do you notice besides we have the same reciprocal slope sort of deal, right? So we went from 1/6 to 6. But what else do you notice? Anything? Yeah, so what happens is usually when you have it right out, like this case, you'd have 1/6 x plus 1/6. Well, after you work this all out, you're usually going to have like an opposite sign down below. Okay, whatever. So look for that kind of as a pattern. And then for this one here, so you have x equals -3/4 y. And what is the reciprocal of -3/4? So -4/3. So you have y is equal to -4/3 x. So f -1 of x is equal to -4/3 x. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's as far as we want to take it today. We just ran out of class time.